Lav asked, "Are you gonna stream with me and give me clout?" Destiny replied, "LMAO. If we've got something to talk about, sure thing, bucko." Lav and Destiny talked about OnlyFans on stream. Afterwards, she DM'd him, "I really like talking with you." Steven, this is pathetic.
I agree, it is pathetic that you're still talking about me, like 6 months later. I don't know how to make it stop.
Maybe you should stop talking. Maybe you shouldn't threaten legal action if you want me to stop talking about you.
There must be other things going on in your life, I imagine. There's gotta be something more than me. I know I have this effect on women, but holy shit, there must be something else to your life to talk about.
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Okay, so can you give me any statement that you made that you believe, let's say since you've joined Destiny's like sphere, the political debate Thunderdome, that you believe is unjustified?
Oh yeah. I think at the very beginning I was so excited to be in this space that I got overzealous. I think that especially the way, I think calling fighting with Cherry felt really inappropriate, or in hindsight feels really inappropriate. I think the way that I spoke to Madame Genevieve was very inappropriate. I think, I think that there are certainly things that I regret about being in the space. Even the things that I said about Brittany Simon before talking to her. I'm sure that there's more.
Okay, so let me try a little bit of a different question, but I think it's kind of interesting. What would it take for you to convince you of the idea that Destiny's relationship with his orbiters is ethical?
I don't know. I don't know if someone like Steven can do that. I think that it's more a personal issue brought into professional that makes it unethical. I don't even necessarily think that the position he's in, like I think that Max talks about the power dynamic a lot. I don't think that the power dynamic is inherently abusive or unethical. I think that the way that Steven has gone about it has been. So I think that I know when someone has crossed the line, but I don't necessarily know what that line is, and I don't know how to avoid it.
So I can't say, because I don't think I've done this for every one of my takes, but for most of them, I typically answer this question that I gave you. It's like, what would it take to convince me otherwise, right? And for most things, it's, you know, it's pretty reasonable stuff. You know, you get your weird, crazy shit, like, what would it take for me to convince you that the color red isn't the color red? And it's like, that shit's like, what the fuck, you know?
Oh, you know, okay, so you're talking about things that maybe cannot exist.
No. I'm talking about things that can. So, like, realistically, something...
Okay, I think I actually have an answer.
Okay.
I think if Steven came forward after the article and would have said, you know, this has been a lot to read. I'm really considering how my platform has affected my own life and lives of those around me. That would, at least to me, feel like I think that people with platforms should consider criticism like that. And I think that, at least to me, that would signal that there was a future in which I think one of the worst parts about what Steven does is that he's very immovable with his perception of his reality, which people have said about me, calling the kettle black, right? But I think it takes one to know one. I think that we see our weaknesses in other people. So I think with that, like, I think that if I think his immovableness is what makes this particularly heinous. Because then you can expect it to just keep happening. Whereas if he would have come forward and said, you know what, I'm considering this, I would have been like, okay, at least there's checks and balances where people are holding him accountable, he's holding himself accountable, and he's putting a light to it.
So that's not what I'm looking for when I'm asking the question, because I can guarantee you that if we brought Steven into this room, he would say he does consider his
Well,
relationship.
it would be prompted. It would be prompted. If Steven unprompted said that, even 2 weeks from now, if he says that, I don't like, it means the same to me. If Steven came forward right now, well, this is what I also think that Max agrees with. If Steven, we just don't think it's going to happen. If Steven genuinely, in a way that wasn't jokey or in a way that wasn't his usual like irony, if he genuinely came forward right now and said something like, I'm really going to acknowledge this, how people might have felt in this situation, and how I can move on and possibly avoid things like this, literally, like, there could not be a, like, I just don't know, I would not have a problem with it anymore. I would have somewhat of a problem with it, but there would be no actionable problem. Max would, that's what Max wrote the article for.
No. So this is kind of what I was, and I don't mean this in as much, okay. What's happening here, man? Is this the okay? All right, this is the whole bit. Okay.
This is, but Alex,
so
this is what I'm talking about.
That's gonna make
really what I'm talking about.
Okay, so this is gonna make. Okay, so
when you shine the light on me, as someone with a very small platform that has been shown a light on, and you talk about how I'm culpable. And then you let the person with the most platform in, or not when you let, but when you go without criticism to the person who has the most power within the circle and the platform, and he's able to do things like that, and able to not take any of this seriously, and able to move through the world with impunity. It is very frustrating.
So I don't want to get distracted here. So I'll start with the original point that I was making. You cannot have your point be the consideration of Steven's ethics with his orbiters be the argument against him. Because all he has to say is, I've considered it and I made a decision. Like if I told you, like if I became the avatar of Steven and I said, hey, he's considered it, he just came to the conclusion that he did. Are we good now? The answer is obviously no. So it's not about what you said. It's not about him not considering something. Like, oh, if he just read the Mr. Girl article and said, I'm really thinking about it.
Alex, hold on. Steven, I do not feel comfortable with you here. I do not want to talk to you.
Oh, that's okay.
Will you please leave?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, all right. So we can.
Oh wait, how does my new mic sound? Does that sound okay?
What?
Does my new mic sound okay, or is it fucked right now?
It's a little quiet, but.
Okay, don't mind me. I'll just be here.
Are you gonna say anything? Because I do want to have this conversation.
Okay, if you're gonna let her just ramble, every single thing she says is false. Can you just like say something about that?
Yeah, that's
like,
what
instance,
that's what I'm
says,
trying
like,
to do.
Somebody marches through unimpeded with no criticism. I've taken more criticism collectively than every single person involved in this has in their entire lives. So it's just really weird to listen to like an over-entitled pretty girl like talk about how this guy's never been criticized over blah blah blah. Like, oh my god, it actually drives me so crazy. Holy shit.
Steven, I think if you are threatening a lawsuit against me, you should not talk to me anymore.
Why?
I don't think that this looks good for a case that you want to have. I
What
have
would
told
me
this is
talking-
cyber stalk. I have asked you multiple times to stop following me, and you cannot.
Okay, well, you can find my address. You can shoot me a cease and desist. Maybe they'll cross paths in the USPS place.
I don't want to do that. I want you to leave me alone. I've asked you
And
to
I
leave
want
me
you to
alone.
leave me alone. Stop invading all of my spaces and talking about me every single fucking day. You are an actual stalker. You realize that?
Steven, you literally came here to
Because you're talking about me again. Ahrelevant is my friend. Alex is my friend, okay? Not your friend. He's mine. I claimed him.
Steven, this is pathetic.
I agree. It is pathetic that you're still talking about me like 6 months later. I don't know how to make it stop.
Maybe you should stop talking about. Maybe you shouldn't threaten legal action if you want me to stop talking about you. Maybe
Why
you
would I
should.
not- why would I do that when I'm
Sorry,
threatening
Steven.
legal
I'm
action?
gonna
You're
talk
talking
about
about
the situation that we've
That's
been
fine.
involved in for 6 months.
I encourage you to do so, but I'm going to sit here and try to impede you as you do it. It's really weird having somebody.
Oh, guys, this is
who's
a
been
crazy
harassing
YouTube
me
video
and
that,
abusing me for months
is being
come
watched
onto
here.
all the platforms
You're saying I'm
that I share with other
abusing you?
people. Had abused me, not anymore. Don't worry, I broke free. Okay, but have you come on and talk about me constantly? You're still doing it right now. You're still doing it. There must be other things going on in your life. I imagine there's got to be something more than me. I know I have this effect on women, but holy shit, there must be something else to your life to talk about.
God, Steven, this is pathetic. I feel bad for you.
I know it is. I feel bad for you too. I wish there was a way to let you move on.
Steven, you're saying
Do you
that
think
I
that
have.
you
You're
just
saying
saying
that
my
I
name
have
over
stuff
and over
going
again
on.
like gives you power over me? Is this like
You're
a
saying-
magical spell?
You're saying that I have shit going on. You are someone who has you could do anything else with your time right now. You have the power to completely ignore me if you wanted to.
I can't because you're invading every single tangential space we have, and it's not an accident. There's anybody on the internet you could talk to, and here
You could
are
exist without
on
all
one
of this.
my. And so could you. Why? What do you mean? This is my career. Why the fuck would I just give it all up?
I was having a talk with Alex that didn't involve you for fucking hours, and we got here.
And now you're
I am
talking
allowed
about
to talk
me.
about my experience, and I'm allowed to.
Cool. Then I'm allowed to be in this room.
I'm sorry that. No, that's not it. It is not one of your
I'm not
rights to be
allowed to be
privy.
in here?
You are
you
abusing
probably-
the power that you know that you have. You know that he won't kick you.
I'm First of all, he probably would if I got annoying enough. I know that you think I've controlled these people, like Max controls you, but that's not the way
feel
this
like-
works, okay?
I feel like we are at a point where this is probably going to need to either migrate to a separate streaming service or something. So,
I have nothing to say to Stephen. I would like to continue the conversation with you, Alex.
okay.
About me?
Yes.
Steven, do you not want us to talk about you?
The fact that this fucking bitch, like, sexually abused me for fucking months and months, leaking my details and everything, and continues to do so, and then is, like, walking around here as a fucking victim is, like, the most disgusting shit in the world. And, like, every time she's on a new platform, she peddles out a new lie. The last thing that she said, this idea that it was, like, pictures for airtime, it's like a new fucking lie every time she can't get enough attention. It's just so fucking tiring. I don't know how to make them, like, stop talking about me. I thought after the 150,000 word article they'd get bored, but holy shit.
Okay. So are you fine with us talking about you?
Wait, was that to me or to her?
Yeah, that's to you.
I mean, you can talk about whatever you want. I mean, I don't control you.
Well, no,
Those years are
no.
long past us.
I would respect any opinion that somebody has about not being present inside of a conversation about their ethics. I shut down a conversation
the only
that
issue that I have. Or sorry, go ahead.
I shut down a conversation about Brianna Wu that was coming up because I felt if we were going to talk about Brianna Wu, I would either need to have significantly more knowledge of the situation or she would need to be present.
Yeah, if somebody wants to like spread false claims about me and lie about me and talk about me, especially somebody who has a history of making false allegations against multiple people that she's tried to have sexual interactions with and failed, then I would prefer to be present for that. That would be nice. That would be my preference. I mean, again, despite what these people seem to think, I obviously don't control any of you guys or control your content. But yeah, if she's going to sit here and talk about her like fantastic delusional reality that she lived with me on some crazy LSD trip, I would prefer to be present for it.
Okay. So then...
Or you could just fucking don't have her fucking just rambling about me. I don't want to like hold your content hostage. But...
Okay. So then I think it'd probably be best that we stop talking about the brother Steve.
Okay. I love you, buddy. That was to Alex.
Okay. So the bones of what I was talking about, we don't have to talk specifically about him, but the bones of what I was talking about, and I've had this discussion before, is somebody considering something isn't like, that's not anything. So like, let's say for instance, you're mad at me about my conduct with, let's say I have with Darius, like, right? You're upset about our content, right? And I told you, I've considered your opinion. You don't just waive. It's not how it works. It's not like, oh, you said you considered it, or I genuinely believe that you considered it, so we're good. What you're appealing to is that there needs to be a change.
Yeah.
Right? Right. So I guess we can't talk about the previous situation, but it's that.
Do you think, I want to ask you a question, Alex. Do you think that, do you really believe that to talk about someone being unethical, they need to be present?
No, absolutely not.
So why are you doing that? Why are you doing that for Steven?
Why were you not concerned when I did that for Brianna Wu?
I was concerned, but I think that...
Okay, so for me, it's the same exact answer that I just gave him about, and the same one that I gave about Brianna Wu. It's about, in my opinion, I don't have enough information on the topic. I think I have sufficient information to talk about this specific situation with Destiny, but
Yeah. I think that's also, well, I think that with the Brianna Wu thing, I sort of internalized that you just didn't know enough about it, or that you didn't have enough to speak on it.
Yeah,
With this, and that's why I was like, okay, then we won't talk about it, because we didn't want to have a conversation in which you had to trust me to give you the information, right? With this, you don't have to. With this, you know what you've seen.
Some details I would have to trust you.
I don't think that that's true. I think that I can substantiate everything that I've said.
If you have an opportunity to substantiate your claims, I would feel it only fair for Steven to have an opportunity to substantiate his claims.
And he can do that, but why does it have to be while I'm here?
Well, it would be primarily because it's to avoid you laying out claims that might be, let me give you an example. Let's say I was trying to...
They need to be contested in time, in real time.
They essentially need to be. Because if I'm laying out claims about you, let's say I believe that you're a multi-time... Go ahead.
Sure, but this is all also opinion based, so I'm not going to come on here and say that like when what we were just talking about were the ethics of something.
Yeah.
I don't need to. We're not working off of I wasn't even working off of allegations. We were talking about at that moment we were talking about what would need to change for me to change my mind, my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So this is completely my reality. This is my world, and it was explicitly so.
It is your mind and it is your reality, but you're making statements about that reality. So an example might be, what would it take to convince me that Darius is actually black? Like, for instance, I would need to see real proof of an African-American parent, and I don't believe that it exists. However, a 23andMe could, wipe that away. Now, jokes aside, there is evidence that he has, a picture of his father and things like this, right? But because I'm allowed to just say that it doesn't exist, and there is nobody in real time to check me because for some reason he's cucked and muted IRL for some reason, I am able to say what I want. So you might say some things that are matter of fact, and I might not have enough information.
When someone speaks positively about him, does he need to be there?
Yeah, potentially, absolutely.
I think that's dishonest.
Really? if somebody is making up certain accomplishments that Destiny did, and there's trying to like play him up, and shit like that, yeah, I would potentially want him there to clear the record. No, I didn't do this. Yes, I did do that. No, I didn't do this. I think it's more important for the negative things, because the negative things are what's career damaging. The positive things, I believe, are just more about setting the record straight. So, like, for instance, I wouldn't want somebody bragging about me in, like, in telling falsities or mistruths or whatever, especially if they have a history of doing so, without me present. I wouldn't want that.
This is the greatest Riz I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Were you waiting that entire time for me to stop talking?
Dude, this is so fucking sick. You're literally replacing Mr. Girl right now, dude. You're gonna talk to you nicely, and then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna fucking like adopt her, and then
How much has he been smoking?
And
A little bit too much.
replace
Just a
her,
little
dude.
smidge?
This is so fucking crazy, dude. Fucking so hype, bro.
That was your contribution, huh? Okay. So yeah, the consideration of a problem isn't the problem. So when I asked about that, you would need.
Do you want to talk about this?
No. So I'm stating that you would need something else, and it feels like we were in agreement, and then we'll just leave it there. Yeah, we can be good on that? Or no?
Yeah. I think, ultimately, what I will say, Jerry's final thoughts, it is,
Apparently the dog shit everywhere.
oh no. Did you not let it out?
We left for 1 second.
They went outside, I think, for a second, and then the dog shit everywhere.
Oh no.
Gosh dang.
Well, that's a symbol of the way that the past 30 minutes have gone.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is a bit of a symbol. But I would strongly say to you that two main things. I think I've already said one of them multiple times. I highly recommend that you stop talking about politics until you have your retaliatory thing under control. Because I think it's really
Would you
important.
say the same thing to Steven?
Do you think he has one? Like the same retaliatory thing? Like he has.
I think it's worse.
You think his is worse?
Much, yeah.
Okay, if you showed me like sufficient evidence to prove that, I would absolutely say that, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you're in front of me and you agree it exists. Right?
I think Steven should still be able to talk about politics.
Fuck no. If Steven was like compulsively making false statements, he recognized it, he knew it.
Wait. Retaliatory and false statements are not the same thing.
Wait, I thought you
have
said
not been making
unjustified.
false statements.
I
I've
thought you
been
said, go
mean.
ahead.
I'm saying I've been mean. I've been a bully. I'm not saying I've made false statements. I've made no false statements.
Oh, I had a misunderstanding. That's my bad.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, no.
Oh, okay. So your retaliatory statements are just mean.
Yes. I have a propensity to get personal.
Yeah, you've completely destroyed my ability to like knock this out of the park, proverbially, by cucking me about the H situation.
No, holy shit, if I was just compulsively and pathologically lying,
Wait, hold on. I'm just curious. So when you said there was like this implicit agreement to trade pictures for airtime, you were standing by that statement? Remember, this is on the record, okay? This might be really important, so think about this answer.
Oh, Jesus, there's a fucking moth in here, man! Dude! Jesus Christ.
Can I get a
Darius!
yes or no confirmation there? Is Did we ever have an implicit agreement to trade pictures for airtime on stream?
Give me a second.
Let the record reflect that she seems uneasy answering this question, despite how confident she was like 2 or 3 days ago talking to somebody else. That's interesting.
Now I'm going to read something for you. How do you find something? How do you text? How do you... What is it? It's like control... Here it is. Lav asked, "Are you gonna stream with me and give me clout?" Destiny replied, "LMAO. If we've got something to talk about, sure thing, bucko." Lav and Destiny talked about OnlyFans on stream. Afterwards, she DM'd him, "I really like talking with you." Destiny, "Thanks. Now I'll feel less bad bugging you for feet pics." Lav, "Ha ha ha. Pleasure doing business." Destiny, "Based. Welcome to the Orbiter Club."
Do you think that this conversation overrides the more serious one where I explicitly told you, hey, just so you know.
I answered your question.
Okay.
And I'm not going to litigate with you.
Okay, so you're going to go with that one. That's cool. So you do believe there was an implicit agreement then, correct?
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Okay, sounds like the answer to that is yes. I'm just going to sit here then and hang out. Make sure that we've got more logs for anything else that comes up, okay?
Steven, you are literally cyberstalking and harassing me.
I think technically what you're doing counts as cyber stalking and harassment. Like when you get a restraining order, you can get a restraining order to prevent people from talking about you as well. If you've ever had one before, you would know that.
Then do it. If there's a case, do it, Steven.
Okay, well, I got a meeting in 9 hours, okay? But if I can collect more evidence right now, we can sit here and chat.
Steven, you are the most pathetic loser I've ever met in my life, and I feel bad for you.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like that award would go to Connor, but...
Wait, what happened?
Hi. I actually want to read something.
Does it have to do with Steven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, my internet reset.
Yeah, you're back. You brought up Connor?
Oh,
I feel like there's no worse position in the world than being married to you, so, you know.
Right.
What's the internal thought process like when the tears and the first name calling don't work for you? Does like the anxiety rise or?
Steven, I think you're disgusting.
Okay.
I think you're pathetic. And I think that the only thing you have is your audience. And you know that. And it's why you act this way.
Yo, my boy, what up?
Oh, dude, this fucking Moth situation, man. Don't know what the fuck you're doing, bro, but this Moth is going crazy. It's fucking owning the shit out of Ahrelevant. It's been owning shit out of me. Like, fuck me. Look at Ahrelevant. Did you get it?
I got it.
Oh, let's get it. Look at that shit. Motherfucker. Get fucked, pussy. Get fucked. Get Beefy Boy up there. Get Beefy Boy up there. Let him feel like he killed it. Let's fucking go. Beefy Boy. Yes. Yes. Yes, dude. You did it. Beefy Boy.
Oh, Jesus, that's disgusting. Oh, God, that's so gross.
Did you get it?
Oh, no.
Okay, don't fucking throw a alinity, bro.
So fucking disgusting.
Beefy Boy, congrats. You got him, bro. Did he get him?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gonna eat it?
Let's fucking go, Beef. Beef, you already got it. Chillin'. Alright, whatever, dude. We already got it. Let's fucking go, man. Hey, I don't know what happened to you, Steven, and whatever the fuck was going on there, but I at least got a fucking W tonight, brother. What did you do?
I've just been chilling.
Are you chill for real?
Can you do me one solid, one for real, for real?
One salad and go?
One solid, one for real, for real.
Okay, what?
Okay, I don't even care if Lav is finding her way back into other friend groups or whatever. It's whatever. But for the love of God, please do not let her just fucking ramble about me unobstructed.
Oh, dude, tell this nigga, dude, I was, look, hey!
No, I know, I'm just saying in general, like, if she's just gonna start talking about me or talking about, she doesn't think, like, I'm just talking about my feelings about it, but her feelings are always including, like, false statements about it. I would like the chance to defend myself, okay? Because it's just really fucking annoying. She just continues to run around to every fucking platform lying about me. Like the disgusting fucking piece of shit she is. Okay, that's just my request.
Okay.
Okay, I love you guys.
Yep. Have a good one.
Yeah, dude, fucking Ahrelevant's a fucking dipshit for that, huh? No, you're not. No, you're not, bro. You're not actually. No, you're not. You're good. I think that. Wait, what happened though?
I think he felt like I left. I gave her too much platform to just like work with.
Did you? Do you agree?
I don't think so. I think genuinely, I was a little bit away from getting her to agree with the idea that the statements that she was making about him were, at the very least, not reasonable on the grounds of her not having
We need to go eat fucking sushi.
a means of changing her opinion. She will never agree? I don't think she will. No. I was literally a moment away from, or I felt as though I was a moment away from communicating to her about the how she doesn't really have a exit strategy for Steven to be redeemed. Because I think it's very important whenever you're making a claim about somebody, whenever you're making a claim about something, that you have the answer in your mind as to whether, like, what would it take to convince you that you're wrong? And her thing that she used was insufficient. Him considering something was insufficient. Especially, I was going to bring up the history of him considering this and having these conversations, at the very least, with his orbiters about, like, interacting with him privately, statements about, people he's had sexual relationships with, knowing that their participation in the sexual relationship doesn't affect their participation on stream. Things like this clearly show a pattern of behavior where he has considered the power dynamic and the implications of it. But yeah. You didn't push back on some statements she made about Destiny and just tried to navigate the convo to the endpoint as well? Yeah, I didn't, because she had made multiple statements. Now, holding her down to one statement is something that I could do, but I feel like I could have easily just went back to some of those points that were previously mentioned. Ahrelevant, what role do you play in barotrauma? Usually medic. You let her go 5 points? No, I think she had 3 by my count. What was that? Moth BS? LMAO trying to hear the drama? You're asking the wrong guy. About the drama, at least. The Moth thing, it was just disgusting, dude. Will she come back and finish the conversation? Doubt it. Some people just hate bugs. It's fucking gross. She said dumb shit even outside of Destiny. You never pushed back. Can you give me some examples? Cutie. Were you pulling Destiny into the call, or was Darius doing it? Darius originally added that other guy to the call. Lav about to share and Destiny arrived to shut her up. Cringe. I could accept the critique that I probably should have shut her down sooner. I can accept that with some of these things. I was trying to keep the conversation a little bit friendlier. Probably shouldn't have been done in public under that system, because I was trying to have her be as amenable as possible to the things I was saying. And again, I could go back and do it. I was doing that. On an unrelated note, I tried to slide into your Twitter DMs and was ignored. Solid Riz. What? I never checked Twitter DMs. Who are you? I mean, the issue is literally just the convo revolves around allegations of sexual misconduct. I thought the allegations were of abuse of orbiters. I don't think she understands the possibility of being wrong. Well, that's something I wanted to talk to her about, is like, what does it look like for her to be wrong? How does that look, you know? Bro, you don't understand the allegations? Sexual abuse of orbiter? I'm pretty sure that's tacked on. The allegations have been webbed to contain like 50 additional crimes with any way she describes it. It went back to sexual abuse when she wanted more attention. There were like a bazillion pages of false allegations, different lies every day. She's been making claims that Destiny traded stream time for sex and was sexually abusive to her. Yeah, I remember when she said, or when they talked about that in here on that. I don't think she said anything about that when it was just me and her. What she said, or what I had guided it towards, was the statement that he abuses orbiters. Did you actually beat the allegations this stream? Yeah. During the conversation, do you feel like you lacked information on the situation brought up? Not really. The depths of all of those things, I could probably have more information on, but I definitely had enough to argue with her about that shit. So. One sec. Okay. What the fuck? All right. Okay. I think now's a good time to be done. It's been 5 hours of clock my time in. I'll be back tomorrow, probably on the Brother Darnell stream. I don't know what content we're doing, but we might be doing the Tinder to catch a predator thing. Essentially, the idea is supposed to be that Darius has an underage fucking Tinder account, and he tries to catch a bunch of weirdo predators. So, yeah, it's gonna be a wild time. So yeah. Okay. You guys have a good rest of your day. Yeah? Wait. Let me raid into somebody. Why the fuck not? Let's raid into somebody before we go. Keep forgetting to do that. Listen, we missed him the other day. So we're gonna go on over right now, okay? Who better than the brother Gappy V to raid into? Can't think of anybody better, honestly. Can't think of anybody better. Give me a sec. Whoops. Destiny said sorry for cucking the content. That's... I made my opinion clear. If he felt like I was inadequately defending him from sexual assault allegations, then so be it. And it's not my position to even defend him, right? It's about his ability to defend himself on a public platform. I think he should have the ability to defend himself against allegations on a public platform. So, yeah, if I wanted to have that kind of a conversation and not have to have Steven present, I would personally feel a lot more comfortable having it in private. I don't think I'm going to do that, but that's where I'd feel more comfortable doing it. That's it. So, yeah. At least got that moth? Yeah. Thank you for not fucking up the Gappy raid like Darius did. Of course. It's your stream, fuck Destiny. It's not about fuck Destiny. It's about there are allegations being made about a person that has the availability to come in and desire to defend themselves. That's it. That's it.